look back in our channel's history where we covered the most memorable events in America's history with our greatest anchors.
Good morning, I'm Jose Palacios.
Good morning, I'm Thomas Jones, and today our top story is the Hollywood Blacklist.
The Hollywood Blacklist is known as the Hollywood 10 for the 10 people being accused of communism.
The 10 are Alvaro Bessie, Ebert Bieberman, Lester Cole, Edward Dmytryk, Ray Ladner Jr., John Howard Lawson, Albert Maltz, Sumner Ordnance, Robert Adrian Scott, and Dalton Trumbo.
We're up on the Hollywood 10 Lester Cole with Steve Anderson on his New York home. Take it away, Steve.
Why were you accused of being a communist, Lester?
Well, Anderson, Hoab was suspicious with the film industry because we can't serve a source of propaganda. I was accused of being a communist with no hard evidence. I guess that is a sign of McCarthyism.
You are saying ever since the Red Scare and Joseph McCarthy accusing anybody of being a communist without evidence, it is now taking an accusation on the film industry?
Yes.
Well, thank you, Mr. Cole, for sharing information. Reporting from New York, back to you guys in the studio.
Well, thank you, Steve. After the Red Scare and Joseph McCarthy accusations made anybody afraid.
Now, what type of fate would the 10 now face?
Let's watch a short audio clip for what punishment they would face.
The Un-American Activities Committee has jarred Hollywood to its very foundations. If the actions of the bigwigs among the movie makers is any gauge, here's W.W. Chaplin in New York. 10 movie writers and directors were laid off without pay today after being declared in contempt of Congress for refusing to tell the Un-American Activities Committee whether they are communists or no. Half a hundred ranking executives of all the major studios announced that the 10 who won't talk are discharged or suspended until they are acquitted or purge themselves of contempt by swearing that they are not communists. President Eric Johnston of the Motion Picture Association, announcing the suspensions, said the movie companies agreed not to employ any communists knowingly in the future. Any they find already on the lots, they'll fire offhand. The meeting of the 50 top men in the industry, many of whom rushed from the West Coast for the session, was in itself almost a Hollywood production in magnitude and setting. They met in one of the most luxuriously decorated and appointed suites of a Park Avenue hotel. They conferred for 2 days, which might indicate some original differences of opinion. But at the end, when the meeting closed today, only unanimity was disclosed. In Hollywood, the 10 in contempt issued a statement saying that their bosses had been stampeded, that they will fight on for their constitutional rights. At least, the 10 suspended by the 50 have what satisfaction it may be that seldom have so few been fired by so many. This is W.W. Chaplin in New York.
Oh, fucking well, nigga.
Well, Thomas, they pay the price.
Indeed. Well, folks, see you later at 5 o'clock news.
Palacios, and welcome to Channel 69 News, bringing you the latest global news.
Hello, my name is Thomas Jones, and we're going to be talking about the Vietnam War that's currently happening right now.
Now let's send you out to our favorite reporter, Steve Anderson, on the scene. What can you tell us about the situation that's currently going on, Steve?
Here with more story about the Vietnam War. Here with General John Hamilton, who's going to tell us the events that have been happening and the conditions. What do you have to say, General?
What is currently happening is that the Vietnam soldiers, also named the Viet Cong, are being strategic because the Viet Cong are involving the civilians, and some of the civilians carry guns to defend themselves. And our troops don't want to fire at civilians because that is wrong thing to do. The Viet Cong also use a method that is called guerrilla warfare, which means the Vietnam soldiers dig tunnels underground and live in there and attack when they can.
Well, there you have it. As you heard, the enemy that our military is facing are using tactics that we have not heard of. I am Steve Anderson in Vietnam. Back to you guys in the
Will
studio.
the United States be able to defeat the Viet Cong, Thomas?
I hope so. I really do hope so. Hello, America. My name is Thomas Jones, and we still have an energy issue in 1948. Berlin is now free, but the rest of East Germany is still communist.
Hi, I'm Jose, and Stalin and the Soviets set up a blockade to prevent supplies to enter Berlin.
Now, we see Steve at the scene.
Hello, Steve here, outside the blockade, and people here are boxed in and survive on supplies sent from America, Britain, and France. Here are two citizens from Berlin. How do you feel about this controversy?
Well, it's not pleasant knowing that your own country is against you.
At least we have other countries that we can rely on and do not need to worry on how we will get our food and water.
Well, there you have it. Now back to you, Thomas.
They are in big pickle. But the Truman Doctor will keep West Berlin safe from communism.
America, Britain, and France are all pitching in to help West Berlin.
Hello, Steve here, outside the block. Stop.